You probably think hiring a personal trainer is the best move if you're a chef trying to lose weight. It makes sense, right? You're slammed, you don't have time to Google all these plans and these approaches. You just want someone to tell you what the hell to actually do. But here's the truth that nobody tells you. For most chefs, working with a PT is one of the least effective things you can do. And it's not because they're bad at the job or anything like that. It's because the model doesn't work with your life. And I say this as an actual PT. I was still running sessions up until about a month ago with my clients. I've been on both sides. I've hired PTs, I've been one, and I've coached a load of chefs who've tried the traditional route and burned out fast. So let me show you why it fails and what actually works instead. The first and most obvious thing is that schedules are going to clash. I'll just pay someone, they'll handle the workouts, keep me accountable and give me the plan. It makes perfect sense, but what actually happens? They say, can you do 5 p.m. on Tuesday? You say, sorry, I can't, I'm working. What about 6 o'clock on Wednesday? Still working, sorry. And now you're stuck playing calendar ping pong with someone who doesn't understand that your finish time in the kitchen means practically nothing. So one of my clients, before working with me, had hired a PT. They agreed on 5 p.m. on Tuesdays to start with. And week 1, that was absolutely sound. Week 2, again, no issues. But week 3, he was called into work to cover someone who was off sick. But week 4, he got caught up in a big booking, couldn't get away in time, so they had to move the session. Week 5, they said, oh, let's just play by ear. We'll see kind of what works. And as you can probably expect, it all fell apart. This happens all the time. PTs operate on fixed slots. They've got Linda, the receptionist, at 4:30. Gavin from the office has his session at 5:30. It's routine. It's predictable. But as a chef, you don't have that luxury. And neither you or the PT can afford to keep rescheduling every single week. It gets boring. It's tiring. It's exhausting. And eventually it fizzles out. Not because you're lazy, not because of them either, to be honest, because the structure just doesn't work. You feel like you're letting them down. They get frustrated with you, even if they don't admit it. And eventually you're just right back where you started. Not ideal. But let's say, miracle of miracles, you actually make it to 2 sessions a week, every single week for the sake of the argument. That's 2 hours of help out of 168 each week. What about when you're shattered on Thursday and you skip your meals? Or when you're staring down a takeaway menu after a 14-hour shift? Or when your sleep's a joke and you're wondering whether to get a workout in or just go to bed? Because that's where most PTs leave you hanging. Yeah, they hype you up in a session. They hold you accountable and make sure you show up. But what you need isn't just a workout or motivation. You need strategy, you need guidance, and you need support that extends beyond the gym walls. And unless your PT is offering full lifestyle coaching, which 99% of them aren't, then you're on your own for the stuff that actually derails you. And again, the funny part is, up until very recently, I was still doing PT sessions. But I reached a point where I realized the clients that were getting the best results with me weren't the ones I was seeing twice a week. They were the ones getting daily support, help with planning their meals around the shifts, guidance for managing the fuckery of 60-hour weeks, adjustments when things went sideways, and support from others in the same shoes as them. They had structure and they had backup. And that's what creates change, not just sweating together in a gym 2 hours a week. Don't get me wrong, right? Most PTs are absolutely lovely people, but they've never lived your reality. They don't know what 14 hours on your feet does to your appetite. They don't get how easy it is to skip eating when you're elbow deep in plates for 6 hours straight. They'll say, oh, you should be eating every 3 or 4 hours. Sure, mate, I'll just squeeze that between the 37 covers that I need to catch up on. They say you should train at 7 in the morning before you go to work because that's when you've got the most energy. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work when my shifts normally finish at midnight. If your coach doesn't understand your world, their advice is always going to feel like wearing someone else's shoes. It looks fine, but it doesn't fit. And when it doesn't work, you blame yourself. But the problem isn't you, it's the plan. So what do you do instead? Well, you need a system, not just a time slot. Find a coach who doesn't just give you a workout plan, but actually helps you build habits, routines, and structures around your chaotic work schedule. You need flexibility, personalized support, and someone who actually gets it. Someone who doesn't even bat an eye when you say, I can't train this week. I've done about 90 hours and I feel like my head's going to explode. So that's why I stopped doing in-person PT sessions. Not because I didn't care about those clients, but because I knew there was a better way to help more people get better results. So if you're a chef in 2025 and you're still booking PTs like it's a dentist appointment and hoping it'll be different this time, it won't be. What you need is a plan that's built around you. So if you're sat there thinking, shit, this is literally me, then the next step's pretty easy. Watch this video because it'll walk you through the exact steps that I use with my clients who work in 60-hour weeks to drop fat, gain control, and keep their sanity without giving them food or flogging themselves with ridiculous workouts each week. You'll see exactly what works and how it fits with your life, not the other way around. Go watch it now.